Leo.com.
You are listening to Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein, and our next guest is Sari Klein. No relation, Sari. I don't believe so anyway. But Sari, welcome to Get Down to Business.
Thank you.
So, Sari,
no, we are not related.
No, we're not related. Not as far as I know anyway. But Sari is a principal of Acrobat Recruiting. Sari is a fantastic resource. I've been working 27 years in the recruiting arena.
Thanks, Shalom.
So, Sari, tell us why working with a headhunter is a good idea for a job seeker.
You know, so many times I'll get a candidate who calls in to say, I don't want to work with a recruiter. And I identify myself as a recruiter. And I say, well, why not? And they say, well, we'd really rather get a position on our own. And I think it's the craziest reason because as a recruiter, I can really help the candidate. I can represent you. I can suggest to the client that you are a good candidate. And most importantly, I give you advice. So often I'll say to a candidate, this is what my client is like. You need to be more conservative. You need to dress differently. You need to talk differently. And so I really think that I add so much value to the candidate's interview process that I always am shocked that people don't want to use a headhunter.
Well, I guess when somebody decides to buy a house, and actually my wife and I bought our house a year ago, I'm assuming we probably would have been able to find a house that eventually, but maybe it wouldn't have been as smooth of a process without the realtor. And
Exactly.
and I think that you hold the job seeker's hand and you hold the employer's hand, and you're the link between the two, which is really, really important. So you're with Acrobat Recruiting. Tell us a little bit about the companies that you work with in helping to fill positions.
I've been a recruiter for, I hate to tell you, you said 27, it's even 30 years, and I'm not 105. But I have been working with a variety of different companies since I started. Some are not-for-profit, some are for-profit, some are Fortune 500 companies, and some are companies of one or two people. What I love is finding the right candidate for the company, so it doesn't really matter the size. And
what sort of positions?
Anywhere from... I guess I would say that really I'm not an executive recruiter. So there are search firms that do CEOs and CFOs. I can do that for small companies. But typically I'm looking for senior level people, marketing directors, sales directors, all the way down to accounting, finance people, anywhere from receptionists through mid-level and senior level candidates.
That's great. And sitting here in studio, we've got a nice crowd of people, and I've met every single one of these people through networking. Do you recommend networking for the job seekers that you're working with?
Now, you know how I'm going to answer that.
I do.
I work with job seekers all the time, and in fact, one of the things I love to do is really help job seekers understand where they can find hidden opportunities. And often those hidden opportunities are just in people that they know that they haven't really bothered to network with. And so networking is huge. I say to candidates, get out there and talk to people that you know that would be helpful to you that you haven't even talked to. Could be your dentist, your lawyer, chat it up at a dinner party, talk to people at Starbucks. Getting out there and networking and letting people know that you're looking for an opportunity is huge. And I often hear people say, I don't know anybody. And I sit down with them and we help them develop a whole network of people that they didn't even know that they knew, but they do.
That's fantastic. Networking is extremely important. I actually just before the show, I had a call with a young job seeker in her mid-20s. And actually, our next guest has a daughter who's in her. She's having a birthday. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I was talking with a job seeker who says she has absolutely no clue how she's going to find her first job, her first position. And I reminded her to sort of to Cassandra's advice to prepare, do a lot of research in advance, find your dream list of companies, and then network your way in. And here in the Chicagoland area, people are very willing to help. People are very willing to connect the dots. And I absolutely agree. Those Starbucks meetings are perhaps some of the most important meetings that a young job seeker can have. So, Sari, we're slowly running out of time, but I know you are a dedicated foodie, gardener, reader, and a traveler. Tell us where your favorite place to vacation in is.
We actually just came back from a wonderful trip to Myanmar, which is Burma.
Wow.
it was just so exciting to be in a third world country and meet people that have the same aspirations that we do. It was fabulous.
Are there any Starbucks out there in that third world country?
No, there were actually no Starbucks.
No networking. Sari.
Long skirts, and I bought one too.
Okay. Well, I'm sort of disappointed that you weren't networking on your vacation, but we'll talk about that offline. Once again, thanks, Sari Klein of Acrobat Recruiting, for joining us on Get Down to Business. Great advice about networking and the use of a headhunter in your job search. Sari, how can people contact you if they are looking for a job or looking to hire?
They can contact me by calling 312-504-7532 or Sari, and that's Sari, at acrobatrecruiting.com.
Fantastic. Sari Klein, we'll have you back on the show real soon to continue the conversation about jobs. After the break, we're going to be talking with David Jacobson of Chicago Jewish Funerals. We're going to be talking about service, customer service, and perhaps a few other fun topics on the way as well. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them at tandemhr.com or call 630-928-0510. Once again, that phone number, 630-928-0510. You can also email them, simplify@tandemhr.com. You're listening to the show. It's all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Don't touch that dial. You are listening to Get Down to Business.